them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not, think a stray kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more, speak out. It's about to head south.
Never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Or will you fucking fight back? Fucking fight back. Or will you fucking fight back?
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.
There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back.
You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not, think a stray kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more, speak out. It's about to head south.
You're never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back. fight back. Oh, will you fucking fight back?
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're driven.
There's no way that you make it. And maybe you could fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back.
You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds. Talking out loud so proud, you better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south.
Never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you could fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back.
यो व्हाट्सअप गाइस एवरीबॉडी वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। और आज की जो स्ट्रीम होने वाली है वो एक और नई स्टोरी मोड गेम की है जो है वैम्पायर। मेरे को रात को सपना है, वैम्पायरों ने मेरे को रात को अप्रोच किया और मैंने उनको ज्वाइन भी कर लिया है। अब मैं इमॉर्टल हूँ तो तुम लोग को बताता हूँ कैसे हुआ। तो अब अपन चलते हैं सीधा ही गेम की तरफ। फायर बहुत प्यारी गेम है गाइस, प्लीज़ प्लीज़ टीम पूरी देखना। और जो लोग भी नहीं देखोगे स्टोरी नहीं समझ आएगी। तो प्लेलिस्ट बन चुकी है एक और, जिसको बाद में देखना है वो बाद में देख सकता है। आप लोग ज्वाइन करने का बस ट्राई किया करो, आ जाओ किसी तरह से, है ना, ताकि हम लोग चुप चुप करके थोड़ा बहुत कर सके। लॉन्च होने दो गेम को अपने। ये मेरा फेवरेट वॉलपेपर है जिसका है टंजीरो का। लेट्स सी वैम्पायर की स्टोरी क्या है। 2 साल पहले आई थी गेम तो, बट गेम अच्छी है और हम बहुत सारी गेम खेलने वाले। अगर कोई सजेशन में हो तो दे सकते हो आप अपना कमेंट्स में, या फिर मेरे को कम्युनिटी पोस्ट पे मैंने डाले हुए हैं सब कुछ। नॉर्मल मोड, स्टोरी मोड, हार्ड मोड, स्टोरी मोड, अलग अलग मोड्स हैं, पता नहीं क्या है बट देखते हैं वो सब। ऑनलाइन लिया इसने।
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment, a righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
वो भाई ओ भाई कहाँ लाश है और एशिश है। हम्म, 12 घंटे।
Thirsty. So thirsty.
भाई इसी की कोई जानने वाली थी जिसे इसका मर्डर पी गया।
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no! Mary! Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God. Oh, no. Mary. Mary. No. No. This horror. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me.
Cross the leads, boys!
No! No! Don't shoot! This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here. This can't be happening.
There's one of those vermin.
No! Please! Stop! I mean you no harm. What's going on?
इसे क्यों मार रहे हैं ये? इसे पता ही नहीं है कि इसे क्या हुआ, वैम्पायर हो गया और क्या हुआ.
What have I done? What's all this about?
Shit, where'd it go?
Now, I can defend myself.
Kill the thing! Bastard!
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice. Who are you? Stupid beast! Doesn't look sorry.
Get your weapons ready! We
No,
fire one!
please, stop!
Murder! That's what you do,
Who are you?
There's one of them vermin!
What do you want? I mean you no harm. I need help. Die, you fucking leech! Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's... That'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me.
वो भाई सनलाइट में नहीं जा सकते.
The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide. Let me go! I need to find shelter. Is anybody there? What is this place? The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
ईगा बिग फैन सर, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम. क्या हालचाल जोसेफ सर, कैसे हो आप? अपनी बहन को मार दिया इसने.
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
भाई मैरी को मारा इसने, इसी का घर है शायद ये।
I can almost feel the sun's rays like a physical weight pressing against the wood.
रुक मेरे को जरा इसकी वो कर लेंगे सेटिंग्स। ऑडियो सेटिंग्स तो सही है, गेम प्ले सही है, लैंग्वेज सही है, सबटाइटल्स, लैंग्वेज, लाए, स्पीकर नेम ऑफ स्पीकर, सबटाइटल स्मॉल, मीडियम, नन, और अभी मेरे को ठीक है। वीडियो में क्या सेटिंग है? एडवांस, हाई, अल्ट्रा, अल्ट्रा ही है, सब कुछ ठीक ही है, फुल ही है।
I can almost feel the sun's rays like a physical weight pressing against the wood.
इसकी मदर है क्या? हाँ अभी नहीं है, 700 800 का है।
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Go watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it and share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve. That's impossible.
वॉच मिली है एक। वॉच का क्या काम है? इसमें 3 मोड है बे, न्यू मोड, हार्ड मोड। रिवॉल्वर मिली।
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now! No. There's time. I can save him.
That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital!
Done. He'll live. And now what? We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing.
इस बंदे का नाम जॉनी है। इसने अपनी बहन को ही मार दिया था, पता? ये इसके गले पे भी मार क्या वो? इसकी बहन भी बच जाएगी इसका मतलब। जॉनी, मैरी और इसकी माँ एक साथ रहा करते थे। सही को नहीं है।
Dreams for the Red Queen that sleeps under crown of stone, that she might linger longer, her eyes as white as wool.
Who goes there?
A prayer for the summoned by warrior song.
चलने का ना।
A child born from darkness must take scent of his blood.
Who's there? Are you referring to me?
ओ भाई इसे काटा हुआ है तभी।
No! No! I still have so much to accomplish. I still have so much left that needs doing.
ये रिक्वायर क्या करना है? या तो अपना इलाज करेगा वैम्पायर से बचने का। What I assume. 15th October bad sleep. Becky coughed all night and the fever must have. This big machine. Some man brought us for some work. Becky कौन है बे? I talked to the man machine today. She told me they are digging massive graves all around London. 50 years partly is a new epidemic flu coming back. Yeah, for me. Becky slept a little last night. The closed and there are no more jobs nearby. In October, I went to London to find some groceries and drugs. No trains. It took me the whole day to cross the ice and come back. Becky seems better. I made a soup she ate. I found no drugs, only a few syringes and some sleeping pills on the black market. We have no money left. Maybe I could go the Pembroke Hospital tomorrow. So far, and I fear leaving my wife for so long. 19th October, Becky threw up the meal few hours after she ate. She so fatal. Now it's making me cry. She says she hear voices outside at night. She says she want to eat meat. Where would I find meat? Tomorrow I will thoughts to protect us from. अच्छा, बेकी और ये जॉन का दोस्त है बेसिकली, ये जो बंदा है शायद, या फिर कुछ तो है इसका पार्ट। जो बेकी इसकी वाइफ है।
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it.
ओ भाई खुद को गोली मारेगा।
Rational thinking only.
वैम्पायर। ये मरा नहीं। हाँ मरेगा कैसे, वैम्पायर है ना। ब्लड ही ब्लड था यहाँ पे सारा।
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, who tames blood in sunlight into a glowing reflection.
Evolution. Hideout beds allowed you to evolve and rest. Spend experience points to level up and improve your vampiric skills. Photography begun by selecting the available skill photography. Healing to 100%. डैमेज आ गया अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस से होता है एक्सपीरियंस करना मेरे को तो इसके लिए
Voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become. These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here!
ओ भाई
My head's spinning.
मैं शुगर क्या है 1 मिनट दे मेरे को ओ भाई जान गाइस प्लीज यार स्टीम पे आया करो कभी कभी तो बात कर लिया करो यार इतना क्या शर्माना यार क्या यार गीगा चड्डे तू कितना शर्माता है यार शर्माईरा भागो रे मैं तुम्हें मारना हाँ कावड़ छिड़ के देख ले काटेगा ना दांत तो तड़ी वड्डूंगा ये क्या हैंड ऑफ क्या मतलब
I'm still in Southwark. I must reach the West End.
अरे बेटी चोद वाई टू स्टंड एनिमी अब तेरा खून चूसूंगा नहीं क्या
A strength I never knew I had.
अच्छा जी, जाना कहाँ पे है? इसमें पार्कोर है? ये देख,
This shouldn't be possible. I saw every fiber of my being is a fuck.
क्या? मेरा ही आएगा और अरे बेटी चोद, अरे भाई मारेगा क्या वैम्पायर उस साले?
My strength, my reflexes. I'm not human anymore.
यहाँ पे नहीं जा सकते, यहाँ पे जाना है। स्टेटस द डॉग्स स्टेबल, आइटम पास में ही है, हम लोग पास है बहुत। अभी मुझे लंदन से भागना पड़ेगा। जॉन भागो यहाँ से। योर किंग एंड कोड नीड्स यू। ओके, कंट्री नीड्स यू। और कुछ? योर किंग एंड कंट्री नीड्स यू, जॉइन द आर्मी, यही है क्या?
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you.
The door is locked.
For what happened to us. I have this thirst for blood. It's locked.
The door is locked. अबे भागता नहीं है क्या तेज?
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it. I cannot enter.
ये डॉग तो गोल गोल ही घुमा रहा है मेरे को। 20, 19, 18 पास में ही है। अच्छा, मैं चूहे खा सकता हूँ क्या? हाँ। अबे यार,
Believe I'm doing this. What will London have to say to me?
fuck off. London have to say you fuck off, bro.
So many questions unanswered.
ये लॉक्ड है क्या?
It's locked, all right.
ये रेड वाला लॉक है, वाइट वाला खुला हुआ है। ठीक है, देख रहा है चूहे खा रहा है यार ये। फीलिंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट स्टेटस अनलॉक।
Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum? The man has been drained of all blood, but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant. Where has everyone gone? I have fresh blood. The smell is so strong. At last, a little life.
To the turquoise turtle.
Whoever he may be, the killer recently entered this bar.
Hello, sir.
ये
You all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, the Turquoise Turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, and now all these terrible murders.
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Not long ago, this sort of mess would have given me a laugh.
I think I'm losing my mind.
My God, sir, you look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Not long ago, this sort of mess would have given me a laugh.
इसको क्या दौरे पड़ रहे
Good
हैं?
evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, things can only get worse.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I
साला
don't care.
पियक्कड़ नशे में
This is a
घूम
free
रहा है।
country. People
इसको तो
still have
खुद
the
का
right
नहीं
to
पता
come and
चले
go, don't they?
इसका कोई थप्पड़ मार के मुंह तोड़ दे सवेरे उसके साथ ही घूमता मिलेगा।
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
साला नशेड़ी हट।
Are they stupid or something?
यहाँ वैम्पायर घूम रहा है, आ जाएगा तेरे को।
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
हाँ मैं हूँ ना.
You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word. Anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you.
भाई डॉक्टर पागल है क्या?
And who might you be?
It's of no consequence who I am.
But why you are here is certainly of consequence, don't you think?
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
And what exactly is this Brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
Not sure.
Perhaps. This is all new to me. I'm not even certain what I'm looking for.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Track the killer. डॉक्टर के पास एक्सपीरियंस में से ज़्यादा है.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
अगर इसके
I can't
पास
say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
I think you're hiding something from me.
I hide many things from many people, sir. That's what my job's about.
I think you're hiding something from me.
I hide many things from many people, sir. That's what my job's about.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
I'll live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
There's gotta be something can be done to get out of this bullshit mess.
Hello, sir. May I disturb you again?
And you're still ugly as sin.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry.
यार इसके अलावा इस बंदे से ही क्लू मिलेगा, वो तो देगा नहीं
This is
बारटेंडर।
important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in
क्या
here
बोलता है
in the
गीगा?
last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
यार यहाँ तक तो है फुट, अब आगे कहाँ मर गया वो? वहाँ है।
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
Poor Jack. He didn't deserve this.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city. The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim.
डिटेक्टिव का काम कर रहा है क्या वैम्पायर
What's
बन?
this? Some sort of note. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Enemy card. Press one to spot enemies around and display their enemy card. और कुछ पावर ब्लड शेडो ऑरेंज मीडियम और
Let's head back to a warm fire. Shut that foolish mouth of yours. Never known McCullum to be wrong about anything.
Right. No time like that.
Look lively! It's on to us!
फिर यहाँ ब्लड है।
That's this nest of them cleaned out.
We won't see any of these bastards!
I'll take his head! Mind his teeth! He's dead! Fuck, it's fast!
अच्छा हीलिंग के लिए मेरे पास वो रहेगा। ओके L1 में हीलिंग के लिए
Over there! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
यहाँ से बाहर जा रहा है क्या वो? फाइल्स यहाँ से जाके इधर को जा रहा है। नहीं यहाँ तो वापस आ गया। ऐसा कहाँ चला गया? Hideout. You just found a new hideout. You can spend. craft medicine. Use one hand off. मेडिसिन बनाने के लिए मेरे को क्या चाहिए? अभी कुछ है नहीं मेरे पास। अच्छा, हाइड आउट में मेरे को सारा कुछ ही मिलेगा। वैम्पायर है ही नहीं मेरे पास, ये पावर ही नहीं अभी। कितना एक्सपीरियंस मांग रहा है ये? शैडोज ये भी नहीं कर सकता। 1000 से नीचे कुछ नहीं खुलेगा मेरा। फॉलो द ट्रायल। ट्रायल तो बाहर ही है। हाइड आउट रात में काम आएगा, दिन में नहीं।
I cannot enter.
तो फिर हाइड आउट से कहाँ जाऊं? यहाँ पे
It's locked, all right. Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy. This place reeks of bloodshed.
So thirsty, William. As one, we shall overcome.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
विलियम बिशप। ये लोग होश में नहीं है ब्लड पी पी के। ओके, गेट डाउन।
William, please, stop. William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
ओ भाई एक और आ गया।
Of my flock, they'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by scowl?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
ओ भाई आ गई है तो।
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. You'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me. This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
वही सब मिल रहा है बढ़िया.
It's locked.
हरकतें मार ले पहले. टीम पे ना आ जाइए चुपचाप से. भाई वो भग गई ना लौंडिया. अच्छा स्टीम इंजन आ गया था ना उस टाइम पे.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
And for that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
क्यों नहीं जरूर?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
That's how you do friendship in Vampire World, bro.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy.
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
अबे छोड़ दे हाथ मेरा, घर लेके जाएगा. Take me to a hospital.
We'll have a word in my office later, Jonathan.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that now! It's my turn!
Rotten ore, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
अच्छा, इसको लेके फेंकना है. इसने एक मर्डर तो किया मेरे सामने. इसको खाने में क्या दिक्कत है?
You bastard! Didn't have the guts to fart me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office.
Lazy.
You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Lazy!
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
How is...
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Take meat. ये कहाँ है रे? City life saved by efficient medicine aid is a blow struck at that of the flu epidemic. Volunteers make the difference.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really...
New hint available. Let's go. अच्छा हमें hints खोलने हैं. You seem skilled. 15 कंटिन्यू हिंट अनलॉक का 15 तो मिलता है।
Seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Hint required.
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
It's here again. I wish I could be sick again.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
What the
Nothing
fuck?
but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you
Pagal
describe
औरत.
them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
एक बार फिर बात
Good
करो
evening,
guys.
Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
नहीं अभी खुला नहीं है.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
What your last thoughts would be, sir?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
And requires. Let's go for questions.
How close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
भाई पागलों के बीच में she mentally disturbed. You left her bite.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
भाई पागलों के बीच में फंसा हुआ हूँ भाई.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Bhai.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help
I am a steamer.
but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith, willing to preach the good word.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
I wonder what your last words would be, sir.
The pain. It's here again.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Knowledge is our weapon.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon. And it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative. It is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
मैं सबसे मिल लिया हूँ, बात हो गई है, बट हिंट्स चाहिए इनसे आगे बातें खोलने के लिए। ये कौन सा डॉक्टर है?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
I'll give you some advice, but understand that nothing beats practical experience, which can be exhausting and solitary work.
Of course, sir. And don't worry, I will never allow myself to be a burden, neither to you nor this hospital.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
ये new doctor है.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our
पढ़ा रहना
capacity to
भोसड़ी के.
resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop,
What with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Hey, chutiya sala.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You're doing. The hospital can no longer take any patients. Hospital full. नहीं हिंट सही है.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Fuck boss ठीक है. Wrong target. Find out who is spying on Thelma.
Not now. Please come back later.
आराम ज़्यादा डॉक्टर. मॉर्चरी है क्या? ये मेरा ऑफिस.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
It is a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire to observe their more integrations, physical and physiological trial. The science and rationalize their some of the most abilities I have personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires, or ignot as they prefer to call themselves. Supernatural speed, a vampire can act and move like an immortal in all his actions, but the trained eyes can spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasional alarm surprises necessary to feel I have been seen a vampire. Human eyes cannot follow their movements. They act so quickly, but it is not a teleport or determinations. It's only a supernatural speed for me. Is a cat-like attribute which allow them to run, dodge, or jump or longer and faster than us. I also notice. Yeah. It's superstition speed on blah 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 और फिर कहाँ गया मेरे कहाँ छोड़ गया था dodge और jump longer faster. I also noticed that such speed seems to astonish them and they bound to physical limits. Is one of the most powerful ability a vampire can deploy in the capacity to force our mortal to obey them. I can destroy, but it has nothing to do with the ability to alternate a subject mental state. A vampire can send a mortal to there when the subject tries to resist or permanent. The damage will be as if the vampire could literally fracture their target's physique. So, same vampire explained to me that this ability had time to master and that the result could vary widely for one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one. The possibilities are endless and widely. Blood awareness. This may be a most big ability of all considering vampires since it is very short. Since it's caused so many trilogies for them and as vampires escape or they must use their will to regain themselves for drinking every drop of they can see. They need blood condition and express full supernatural trials. There can be weakened, if you cannot die of hunger or thirst. Urge needs for blood. May explain why vampire is so fire confused. Blind him since it's small and Nurse can be so strong when in focus. A vampire can almost see blood, and that's Terra.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
अच्छा जी, ये वर्कशॉप है मेरी, ये मेरा बेड है, ये रिफिल के लिए है। नाइस, और क्या है? कुछ नहीं है ना। Big thirst blood, increase your blood option. Second control. रुक जा यार। एंड हार्ड बाइट। तब तो ठीक है यार। मैंने अभी एक बोलने की medicine bag you can carry free syringes on your okay. The following night. तीन हिंट इससे मिलेंगे, तीन हिंट इससे मिलेंगे, तीन हिंट इससे, ये दो हिंट मिल गए हैं। इससे एक हिंट और चाहिए मेरे को, इससे दो हिंट और चाहिए मेरे को, बट उसके लिए मेरे को दो चाहिए। अननोन अननोन, इन दो को मैं अभी मिला नहीं हूँ। इसको मिला हूँ मैं, मिल्टन हूँ तो नहीं मिला। बाबा इनको भी नहीं मिला हूँ अभी।
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now. If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals.
Right.
What about my thirst for blood?
Dr. Swansea asked me to collect you, Dr. Lee. Hurry up.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Yes, Doctor?
Exactly how bad is the supply situation here at Pembroke?
It really depends. Dr. Swansea deftly works his society contacts for monies, but with the quarantine, well, we're in God's hands.
Why then do you always work the nights? Don't you ever sleep?
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Lack of sleep is dangerous, bitch.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital. We are on the front line, make no mistake.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane, thank you.
Enter the old mortuary, find out who is spying in Thelum. Thelum पे कौन स्पाई कर रहा है? यह ओल्ड mortuary कहाँ है?
It's locked, all right.
अच्छा.
It's locked. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
टू स्टडी सैंपल. ओके अच्छा, इसका ब्लड ले सकता हूँ मैं सैंपल के लिए. शॉटगन्स. Some citizens may have मोर्चरी कम डरावनी है सालों. मजाक लग रहा है का? ये कहाँ भाग गया? पीछे से घूम के बाहर आ गया ना इधर को. चैप्टर 2 चल रहा है हमारा। अरे नहीं, ये तो वापस आ गया। अरे रुक जा रे। ओके, मैं यहाँ से स्कैन कर सकता हूँ इन्हें, कौन कहाँ पे क्या है, किसका क्या नाम है। ओके फाइन फाइन फाइन। यहाँ पे कोई सेंट स्मेल भी नहीं है अभी तो। मेरे को भी इधर ही कहीं जाना पड़ेगा क्या? नो, दरवाजा इस नॉट खुला। Written on the back, Milton. Photograph. Locate investigation, a new citizen available. Open local. ओए, ये बंदे तो मैंने हिंट लिए थे शायद। लेड प्लेट और कहाँ पे? अच्छा, डस्टबिन में से भी सामान निकलेगा या नहीं है कुछ भी? लेट्स टिक व्हाट एल्स आई कैन फाइंड हियर। अरे वे water stable material. Find some sodium. Wrong target. Find. और तो कोई नहीं यहाँ पे है ना। चलो फिर चलते मर्जरी में। कोई तो है बे। ये क्या क्या कर रहा था? और ये यहाँ कर क्या रहा था? यहाँ तो कोई ह्यूमन तक नहीं है, फिर ये यहाँ क्या कर रहा था? मुझे समझाओ कोई। यहाँ पे कुछ तो कांड कर रहे हैं ये लोग। दरवाजा तो मैंने खोल दिया था। It does the old mortuary. या तो ये मरे हुए खा रहे हैं, यहाँ पड़े हैं। एंट्रेंस हो गई। सीढ़ियाँ कहाँ है? यहाँ से आया था। ग्लास वही मिल रहे हैं और तो कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे। सीढ़ियाँ होनी चाहिए, सीढ़ियाँ। पैसा भी भीख मांग वाला मिल रहा है यहाँ तो डॉक्टर को। कुछ ही नहीं यहाँ पे।
I cannot enter. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
प्रोटीन मिला है और क्या चाहिए अपने को?
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
मॉर्चरी में भी बंदे हैं। अरे भाई साले
It's locked, all right.
यहाँ पे कोई और मेडिसिन वगैरह कुछ नहीं है क्या? यहाँ पे सारा इन्वेस्टिगेट तो करना ही पड़ेगा मेरे को। ब्लड सैंपल एकदम ऐसी एक डॉक्टर गया भाई साहब, मस्त स्टोरी है यार। स्टोरी लाइन तो मस्त लग रही है मेरे को। मेरे को कहाँ जाना चाहिए? नीचे जाना ना अभी मेरे को, बेसमेंट में। Door has been unlocked. Oh भाई।
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not our blood.
फाइंड, वो तो बात का मिशन है। अबे ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग लग रहे हैं मेरे से। Office of Medicine Examiner Report Investigation. Age 39 male, home address unknown, occupation fisherman, type of that.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. It's locked, all right. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips.
Some
sort of drug overdose, perhaps? The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked. It's locked.
जानना कहाँ को है 24 20 16 डॉक्टर ने काम किया, पेशेंट ही मारा इस रामकोर ने। दरवाजे सब कुछ सेम ही दे रहे हैं यार ये। तो थोड़ा सा ढूंढना भी पड़ेगा। इट्स लाइक थोड़ा सा ढूंढो, थोड़ा सा करो, थोड़ा सा ढूंढो। बुलेट क्वारंटीन और क्या मिला है?
Scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
मर गया या भग गया वो? ये पड़ा। Useful medicine ingredients and hormones. Should we find some? कुछ भी नहीं यहाँ पे यार। ऊपर जाना है अभी। रेस्ट टू इविल। पर जाना है कहाँ को? इस रूम में।
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective.
Of the treatment.
But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
उन दो का ब्लड नहीं मिला ना मेरे को बाद में। ऑफ कर। चलो गाइस ऑलमोस्ट हो चुका है, मैं भी सोने जाऊंगा। सवेरे जो है मेरे को जल्दी उठना होता है। क्रू का क्या काम है बे? Applied regeneration serum, applied blood serum, generate 60 point instant. ट्रीटमेंट किसका है ये? ट्रीटमेंट फॉर कुछ अच्छा। Bring the medicine to the patient. Let's go. मैं हॉस्पिटल में अपनी एबिलिटीज नहीं यूज कर सकता क्योंकि मैं हाइड आउट हूँ। मेरा ये पूरा
Here again.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Of disgust on every street
वो कहाँ भाग गई?
The daily routine.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you.
और हल्क बड़ी जल्दी नहीं आ गया? Diseases: decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in the room behind. Check a medicine status. Okay.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
पर्सनल क्वेश्चन पूछो इससे बैठ के क्या?
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
चूतिया.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest then.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Hint required है ना जो अभी.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
भोसड़ी वाली रुक जा, आ रहा हूँ तेरे पास ही, तेरा ही सर फाड़ने वाला हूँ.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Remember, citizen blood will provide you a massive boost, XP boost. Look for citizens for a level below and choose wisely.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Strickland ने तो वो किया था, उसका तो मेरे पास था हिंट.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
यार हिंट तो मिला मेरे को.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Talk to Egerson. अच्छा.
I cannot enter.
डॉक्टर से मिलना है रे भैया मेरे को.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Edgar.
Thank you. But I'd rather you didn't speak so lightly about my condition. There is nothing I find amusing about this situation.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Okay. So anyways guys, thanks for watching यहाँ तक किसने भी देखा है. अब अपना टाइम हो गया है कि अपन निकल लें, बिकॉज इट्स बिन लेट. और कल हम थोड़ा ट्राई करूँगा थोड़ा जल्दी आने का. बाकी इसके ऑफिस में जो चीज़ें सब उठा लूँ मैं, जितनी सारी चीज़ें उठा सकता हूँ उठा लूँगी. इस ऑफिस में पढ़ने नहीं देना मेरे को दोबारा. और उम्मीद करता हूँ कि छोटी सी स्ट्रीम थी बट एटलीस्ट फैमिली फ्रेंडली रही होगी. Interviews in this fucking in this stream, so thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Take care, bye bye, good night.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you could fake it.